everyone, and welcome to Just Love. My name is Paula, and I'm here with Judy. Hi, Judy.
Hi, Paula. Hi, everyone.
Today we have a few questions from one of our listeners that Judy wanted to share here. So, the first one is, why do volunteers and star seeds predominantly live in poverty or humble abodes? What's this all about? Why do they need to go through this poverty ordeal? Seems to me that poverty is the last thing that they need in their lives.
Well, firstly, they don't want to stand out. They just want to blend in. So the majority choose birth into humble circumstances. As for the poverty, many star seeds have a great deal of trouble with both the education system here on Earth and also the working environment. I speak here from experience. I found school almost intolerable, hardly managed a full week of attendance right through from first grade up to when I finally managed to escape at the earliest possible opportunity, grade 10, when I was 15 years old. Because of this, I had to take what I could in the way of work, but again found it very difficult with all the bullying that went on. I ended up being self-employed as a dancer, which was what I felt most comfortable with, but it didn't bring in much money. At the same time, I really didn't care because I was never into clothes, makeup, going out, etc. I also taught dance, which was my ET family's way of training me for work they wanted me to do in the future. That is, teaching Earth humans about energy through Tai Chi and Reiki. Many of us really don't care that much about acquiring possessions.
So many volunteers and star seeds end up being outcasts, that is, losing their family and sibling connections. We know of someone who has had to go through this ordeal of being outcast by their daughters as well as their siblings, and that's even after family members knew about ETs and even had ET contact themselves. Why do they need to go through this losing their family ordeal?
So many folks down here have a hard time with the ET thing. Added to this is the fact that star seeds find it hard to fit into society on Earth. We feel different and people pick this up in us. I'm lucky in that my husband is okay with it, but with other family members who aren't into ETs, I just keep quiet and don't talk about it. I feel very sorry for this friend, the way she's been rejected by her family. At the same time, for a while she did get caught up in some negative disinformation stuff that cut her off from her ET teacher. Losing that connection and protection would have been extremely hard for her.
I often hear comments from star seeds that say they have never fitted in. Any thoughts about this?
Oh, absolutely. I've felt this all my life. As one of the ETs once said, Earth humans are one of the hardest species in the whole universe to work with. There's so much bullying, racism, competitiveness, aggression, intolerance, warmongering, etc. because they've been so disempowered through politics, religion, science and the education system. It's really weird because they're terrified of being invaded by aliens, especially the Greys, who they believe will take away their free will. But free will is almost non-existent down here because humanity has been so brainwashed for so many millennia. Earth humans have no real concept of how controlled they are.
Yeah, that's very true. We are conditioned to the point where we don't even know that we are conditioned. However, that has changed since 2020 and people continue to become more aware.
Yes, definitely quite a few are waking up, but there are still many who are totally unaware. I think it'll be up to the younger generations, many of whom are star kids, to really and truly wake Earth plane humanity up to the level of brainwashing and control that's been going on, especially through religion and politics.
A lot of people feel like they don't fit in, and a lot of people get bullied throughout their life. That's always been the case. There are all kinds of people, and the sensitive people have always found it difficult. The baby boomer era, I think, was especially difficult. That's your era, Judy, because you were born with dual soul awareness, and that was totally unknown back then. Your journey in the beginning was so foreign, whereas now the preceding generations have more support. Not saying that it's any easier for them, because it actually seems harder. Maybe you were just stronger. Your generation was tougher and just dealt with it. That's kind of the way it was. You just dealt with it. What do you say to that?
Oh, yes, Paula, that's for sure.
Had to.
I just thank God I chose parents who were very loving, accepting and patient. As mentioned earlier, I found school almost intolerable. I had such a deep anxiety every morning having to go. Both my parents had also loathed school, so understood where I was coming from, and often relented and let me stay home, but I still had to go on a reasonably regular basis.
So, still on the subject of how the journey is playing out for younger star seeds, some of them are truly amazing and are paving the way beautifully for open contact. They really are a light unto this world. Elizabeth April, Alexander Quinn, Daniel Scranton, just to name a few. All of these wonderful people that we have as teachers now, they are much loved and deeply appreciated.
Oh, that's for sure. Thank goodness they're here on Earth now to speak out openly.
So even though you're a dual soul, you still create your own reality, don't you, Judy?
Yes, Paula, everybody does, throughout the whole universe. We just become more consciously aware of this as we open up to higher levels of self-realisation, so we try to manifest a more positive reality than a negative one. But while we have lessons to learn and come at a balance, there will still be challenges to face.
Interestingly, you posted an interview by Heart Coherence with Daryl Anker, and then in that interview towards the end, Daryl also talks about negative energy, just as you have in one of our latest Just Love episodes, reminding us that we create our negativity through our own thought patterns. So in other words, you and other dual soul, star seeds or volunteer folks are not exempt from this while you're on Earth.
Oh, no, absolutely not. We're all Earth humans in this life and have our Earth human tests and exams to pass or fail, just like everyone else. We can still get caught up in ego, fear, negativity, etc. So need to be super aware of how we live our lives and how we treat others. We are still bound by the very good rule of treating others as we would like to be treated ourselves.
The golden rule.
Yes, the golden rule.
Thanks, Jude. That is excellent advice, to treat others as we ourselves would like to be treated. So if you'd like to read more about all of this, Judy's books are available from Amazon and can be accessed through links on her website listed below. And they are
Human by Day, Zeta by Night, followed by the Zeta Message, then Extraterrestrial Presence on Earth, Lessons in History, and my two most recent books, both Kindle editions and both also available in German, An Interview with an Alien, Comments by an Undercover ET, and Cosmic Spirituality, Blending Religion and Science in Oneness from an Off-Planet Perspective.
Thanks, Jude, and thank you everyone for listening. Please share, like and subscribe, and sending you all much love, and bye for now.